and we're getting plastic by breathing. Waste that is accumulated both in the atmosphere and in the water is now coming back to haunt us. A lot of people think I discovered a plastic island. I did not. I never discovered a plastic island. 20 years after I first was worried about plastic in the ocean, I did find a small island of plastic. But the very first time I passed through what is known now as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, it was just a feeling of unease. The fact that I would see a piece of plastic, then wait a little while and see another piece of plastic, then wait a little while and see another one. And this happened for over a week. I thought something is going on here. I've got to come back and scientifically determine how much plastic is out here. And that, when I trawled the first trawl, when I brought that up and looked at the plastic in the water, then I realized the ocean was in trouble. That we now have a plastic soup out in the ocean and we can't get rid of it. That's what has motivated me since focus on the problem of ocean plastic pollution. The only answer is zero waste. Until we respect our resources, we can't achieve zero waste. And every resource is blood, sweat, and tears from a human being. Every resource is manufactured and has human energy put into it. We need to respect our brothers and sisters' work. We need to respect the materials that was taken from Mother Earth, the drilling, the petroleum that's been extracted, all the problems that has created. That deserves our respect and our fear of what it can do if we're left out of control. Right now, plastic waste is out of control. I fear for the future of the ocean. I'm now having to fear for the future of humanity itself because it's in our air, our water, our beer, and we're getting plastic by breathing. So the danger that I saw when I realized the ocean was full of plastic is now reflected in the danger to all humanity from plastic in everything. And we've got to fear plastic for that reason, but we also have to respect it for what it can do and what the energy and resources that is taken to make it. So we need to respect plastic, we need to fear plastic, and we need to recover it carefully. All resources need to be carefully recovered. Planning has to go into engineering those resources so that they can be carefully recovered and returned to the industrial cycle. Just in the same way that we return compost to the agricultural cycle, we need to return material goods to the industrial cycle. That's the only answer, and that is zero waste. The young generations must become active politically. It's a shame that your youth will be squandered in ridiculous city council meetings where the adults don't get it. But until you start screaming, they won't get it. And the most powerful testimony at any city council meeting is the testimony of youth. So you've got to get to your city council. You've got to testify about the danger to your generation and the environment, because it's your generation that is being affected by this horrible pollution that will lower your lifespan. You're the first generation in history of the modern industrial era that will not live longer than the previous generation. It's because all that waste that is accumulated both in the atmosphere and in the water is now coming back to haunt us. And it's time to wake up and make the adults in the room wake up. In the same way Greta is telling them they're acting like children, you've got to tell them about waste. They're acting like children when it comes to waste.